by the barn where the stories grow, under the sun where the warm winds blow, a sanctuary where the hearts unite. Come join the love in the golden light. Love lives here where the open skies sing. Every soul finds a place to cling. Join us today, feel the warmth inside, in the Barnside Chat where the love won't hide. Whispers of care in the gentle breeze, laughter that dances among the trees. Every life matters, every heart's a flame. Together we gather, no one's the same. Love lives here where the open skies sing. Every soul finds a place to cling. Join us today, feel the warmth inside, in the Barnside Chat where the love won't hide. Sing. Every soul finds a place to cling. Join us today, feel the warmth inside, in the Barnside Chat where the love won't hide.
Hello friends, hello. Good to see everybody. Welcome, my name is Derek. I'm the lead shamrock sniffer and resident leprechaun. Okay, we'll take it. It's good to see everybody. Hello to Deb. Hello to Mary. Hello to Gail. It's so good to see you. Thank you. I can see the comments are now starting to come in. We're at Happily Ever Esther Farm Sanctuary located in Sheffield, Ontario, Canada. Happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, so if you're celebrating tomorrow with a little bit of green food coloring in your drink, happy St. Patrick's Day to you. There is a lot to talk about. Okay, I got a question for you before we start. What does a choking horse, a jumbo egg, and a chiropractor visit, a pig tooth found in the yard all have in common? I'll give you a hint. It all happened here at the sanctuary this week. If you're just joining us for the live or catching up in the replay later, we're glad that you're here today, and we've got a lot to talk about. We have a full check-in from around the sanctuary planned for you today, and this is what we're going to do on today's program. We'll take a look inside the Enrichment Emporium, and we'll talk a bit about why enrichment is such an important part of the daily life of the residents. We'll share some resident updates, a few routine things, a few surprises, a couple of stories from the week. And we'll also cover facilities updates, including a look at a potential flooding situation here near the north entrance of the stall barn. And we've got some upcoming volunteer days. They're very soon, so you can sign up for those. And what else? Of course, later in the show, we'll do the magic rainbow bag. We'll answer your questions from the week. And if you have a question, you can put it in the comment bead below. But otherwise, questions from our community that have been collected over this past week. And it's been one of those weeks here at the sanctuary. And a lot of little things happened. I guess, first of all, Escalade gave us quite a scare when he looked like he might be choking, and then thankfully it just, wrong button. Thankfully it just ended up being something stuck in his tooth, and Abigail has been dealing with some acute back pain, and the chiropractor came to help her out. Sammy had a pretty serious hoof trimming session, and that was to clean up an old infection. Sunny the hen had their blood work taken for regular thyroid checking. They're losing weight and they're having a hard time keeping weight on. And Nicole, caretaker Nicole, found another pig tooth in Malcolm's yard. And somewhere in Dolly's house as well, one of the hens laid a giant, and I mean a jumbo-sized egg. So there is a lot to catch up on today. So let's just dive right into, well, we said we would do the Enrichment Emporium first, but before we do that, I gotta make sure that I'm mentioning that the 2026 volunteer work days are up on the website now. And if you've never been to a volunteer work day, they start at around 10 o'clock in the morning and they end around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And you come for the day and help out with chores and have lunch with everybody and then return back to work. And usually towards the end of the day, there is a tour that happens where you get some, you get to some nose bops and you get to pet some of the goats and sheep. And so we'd really like to have you come out and join us. So the schedule is up and available over on the website, happilyeveresther.ca. And there is always a lot of poop to clean up, as you might imagine. There's around 60 residents here, all giving it their best every single day. This is from last week. They were cleaning up the horse paddock where BJ and Escalade deposited their doings all along the fence line there. And we had a bunch of volunteers to help clean that up. Just a metric ton. It was probably more than a ton, but many quadfuls of their dung made it out to our compost field. So if you'd like to help us clean up dung, I hope I'm selling it. Does that sound enriching or what? Come on out, go over to the website, happilyeveresther.ca, and you can sign up and come on over and be a volunteer. Okay, well, the Enrichment Emporium is something that you've heard us talk a lot about, and it's because it's part of proper sanctuary care. And it's, sanctuary work is not just about keeping them alive. Food, water, shelter, medical care, those are all the basics. But a good life needs more than just the basics. The residents are curious, they're problem solvers, they explore, they investigate, they root, they scratch, they climb, they forage, they interact with one another. And those behaviors are a part of who they are. And when sanctuaries take in animals into their care, it becomes our responsibility to create opportunities for their instincts to still have a place. And that's what enrichment does. It gives them things to explore, things to think about, things that break up their day. And sometimes it's as simple as just putting a mirror in with them, or sometimes a treat ball, or fresh straw to dig through, or a new scent in the yard. These little moments of curiosity that keep minds active and that keep bodies moving. Because sanctuary care is not just about when we rescue them, it's about making sure that their life here is interesting, engaging, and worthy of the residents who live here. And that's where something like the Enrichment Emporium came in. All of those sanctuary enrichment tools, the mirrors, the toys, the scratch stations, the treat puzzles, the bedding, the sensory items, they didn't just appear from thin air. They were made possible because people in the community support the sanctuary by donors who understand that the residents deserve more than just safety. They deserve a life that keeps their minds busy, their spirits bright. And so when someone sponsors an enrichment item through the Enrichment Emporium, they're helping create moments of curiosity and joy for the residents that live here. So thank you so much to everybody for partaking in the Enrichment Emporium. It's been an awesome week getting to film and photograph some of the beautiful moments that have been happening, all because of you, like this one. April's family all got treat balls. Just because they're old doesn't mean that they don't want to play. We've had treat balls before, but never this many. Not enough for everybody. So thank you for folks that helped us buy those. And we got to clean them up. They get cleaned up now. They're on part of the daily animal care to go out to a specific herd, and then we clean them all up. Some other areas of enrichment that were added, and we've always had these, but it's worth mentioning. The chickens have dust bathing areas, and the ducks have an area. They love mud. They love to get their beaks in the mud and chomp around. And enrichment can even just look as something as simple as hand feeding a resident. And here's Prince getting hand fed. Very slow motion Prince. It's beautiful getting to see his feathers move like that. So enrichment could just be spending time with a specific resident and hand feeding them like this. That counts too. And here's something I came across. Mercy was creating their own enrichment. The hose was out and going to one of their watering stations, and I noticed the hose starting to get dragged around. And so I turned on the camera and I came running because somebody was pulling the hose into the cabins. And when we opened it up and looked inside, it was a Mercy mouse who loves to grab onto the hose and help out. So just, being with the residents and getting to experience some of their curious behaviors and providing them with things that they normally don't have. I was worried about Mercy chomping a hole into this hose, and the hose was under pressure, so I did pull it back from her, but she was interested in pulling that around and helping out. I love when the pigs like to help out. Okay, so those are some moments that you helped us with this week during the Enrichment Emporium. Okay, let's head on over to the resident updates. There are a lot of resident updates, as there is every single week. So let's start with, you heard me at the top of the show talk about when we thought Escalade may have been choking this week. He was braying out or calling out, neighing very loudly, 8 or 10 times trying to get somebody's attention. And I saw him stretching his neck way out, and he was grinding his teeth. And it was he was definitely trying to get somebody's attention to come on over and see what was up. But we brought him a fresh hay bag, and by the time we got there, he was just fine. But we figured something must have been stuck in his teeth because of the way he was chomping and grinding away. But we don't really know what happened, but it was enough to give us a little scare. April this week had an upset stomach, and she threw up, and I came upon her, and whenever anybody throws up, we try to examine what came up, and then we start backtracking, going, okay, well, does she have a fever? Is she dehydrated? All of the signs, all of the vitals looked okay, and we also checked Brindle because he was the person that was right beside April, because it could have been Brindle that threw up as well, but we're based on the face here of April. I'm just pegging that it was April, but I think it was just a one-off occurrence where she got a little bit of indigestion and it had to come up. We're not really sure, but she appears fine otherwise. Abigail presented walking very high. Her back is just arched like crazy here. That's not the way that Abigail walks normally. So we brought in the camera. We have a thermal imaging camera, and we took some pictures of her legs and her back. That looks pretty normal there, that wavy pattern, but where there is some interesting patterns of heat is here. This is a top image on Abby's spine, right there in the middle towards the tail. So her tail appears to be quite inflamed, and then also up her spine there. So that's got to be what was going on. She's got some inflammation that's causing her problem. We don't know what it's all about, but we called the chiropractor, and it all lined up that Kendra could come here and work on Abigail. And here's Kendra working on Abigail's back, left, hip, and leg area. And then Abigail stood up, and Kendra was able to work on their spine and manipulate a few things around. Abigail was feeling pretty good the next day, and we filmed Abigail walking. You can still see a tiny arch in her back, but not as pronounced when she first presented. She's been removed from her herd so that she doesn't have to compete for food. She lives right alongside them, but she doesn't have, she's not sleeping with them or not eating with them. She eats at the same time as them, but she's eating beside them, not with them, because we don't want her to have to compete. Often it's just some bed rest, some time off, and the back pain will go away. That's what we're hoping for. And if it continues, I mean, we could... There's no x-ray machine that's small enough that they can have it here on farm, so it would mean taking Abigail to the university and having her, you know, having some proper rads done where she would be anesthetized and then put in, and all rads would be taken of her back. And they might even do a CT just because of the nature of it. But I'm sure that we would see degenerative problems there, but nevertheless, it's on our radar. And yeah, we're happy. Abigail's doing well today, still removed from her herd, not walking with as much of a pronounced high back, but our you know, our spidey senses are up for sure that something's up there. She's not walking perfectly, and we're hopeful that just a bit of time off and some pain medicine to help her sleep and some comfort away from the herd, that's what is needed. But we'll keep you up to date on Abigail. Oh, here's Jeannie Bean rubbing her head. You guys ask about Jeannie every week. The chiropractor, Kendra, when she was here, she also got to see Jeannie. Jeannie is one of our senior residents. And Kendra will go around and see mostly the senior residents. She spends time with Brindle and with April and Mercy and Hercules. But here she is with Jeannie Bean. And Jeannie Bean's had a pretty good week. You can see we're monitoring Jeannie's knees. And that's why she's wearing knee pads, is to protect her skin there. Her skin's quite thin and she's quite frail, and she's spending more time down than she is up. And so we're wrapping her knees. Update on Jeannie Bean. Okay, we got an update on Sammy. Sammy, it was time for a hoof trim, and this is what, here's a video. Put Sammy in, he walked right in on his own. We trimmed up all 4 hooves, all the dew claws, cleaned them all up. And the main reason for wanting to get this done, of course, just regular maintenance, but Sammy had a hoof infection a couple months back. You might remember we were treating him for a hoof infection, and that part of the hoof has got a bunch of like hoof rot inside, and so it was starting to pop off. And so I got a closer video here of that hoof that was where the cap was popping off, and so it was time to grind it out, grind it down. The infection, no longer active infection, but man, did it ever stink. You can see, we'll go in close here and you can kind of see how it flakes off. It's almost like mulch. And the hoof should not be like mulch. It should have, it should just be like our fingernails, hard and healthy. And that is not a hard and healthy hoof there at all. But what we're doing is removing all of that dead hoof, all of that black, gross, gunky stuff. And thankfully, like I said, it's not an active infection. It was an old one, and it's just growing out more where we can actually get to it. But it was quite a hoof trim, and he needed it, and I'll show you a picture. Let's see, I'll show you a picture of here. There's the front left hoof before the trim. You can see that crack, whoops, you can see that crack about halfway up on that. And then here is the after photo of the trim. I thought I had it. Oh, come on. Did I not? Am I so goofy and silly that I didn't add the after photo? Well, we'll have to wait until next week, Barnside Chat. It's not a real good cliffhanger. I thought I had a close-up picture of it lined up. Oy, oof. Well, oh, there it is. Yes. There it is. So we got shaped back to the way it should be. There's still that black spot on it, and as that grows out, we'll continue to trim that off. But after Sammy's hoof trim, he walked right out of the chute lifting device. I mean, walking good, man. I love seeing them come out of the after a solid trimming and being able just to walk on solid ground and see them. He's doing so good. So that was a week for Sammy. We got him back in with his herd. I could hear Sammy now screaming in the background. He says he's demanding Enrichment Emporium before his meal. Hilarious. I'm gonna peek in on him. Let's go see. Resident, a real live resident. Real live resident update. Real live resident update. What's happening? Huh? What's happening? He says, I need some enrichment. Open the Enrichment Emporium. Bring me some treat balls. It's not dinner time yet, guys. It's not dinner. You wish it was dinner time. Okay, let's carry on with some resident updates. So we did Sammy. There's that big egg I was talking about at the top of the show, an absolute jumbo egg found in Dolly's house. And we don't know whose it is, but man, that is a whopper-sized egg. Nicole found a pig tooth. Nicole is like a pig tooth magnet. And Nicole finds, I'm pretty sure she has found all of the teeth that we have just found on the ground. They're able to spot them from a mile away, and they're like, well, there's a tooth. And so last week I shared with you that they found a tooth. The week before that I shared with you that they found another tooth. And here's a picture of it. And you know that we've got a lot of mouths here, so that means that there's definitely a lot of dental problems that go along with it. At the top of the year, you remember Ted went into the dentist, and it was discovered, well, we knew that he was missing teeth, but he had 14 teeth missing, and it was a checkup on the rest of his teeth to make sure that they were solid and that he's in a healthy position, which he was. And I don't believe that these are Ted's teeth that were found. These must be another member of the herd. But as long as we continue to see everybody eating and not having difficulty eating and everybody's maintaining their weight, we'll just assume that it is normal. And we had Sunny in for some regular blood work right in the lunchroom. Caretaker Nicole was able to draw blood from Sunny, and we'll update you on Sunny's thyroid condition, but we'll need a week for those results to come in. And here is Nicole taking blood from under the wing. And then a quick stop to admire a picture of Nancy. Whoa, hello. That was kind of rude. Whoopsies. Sorry about that. Yeah, it does look like a goose egg, Sylvia. Yeah, it is enormous egg. And Lisa, Nicole's going to have to update their resume and put that they are a real live human pig tooth magnet. I'm not sure how many people can put that on their resume. Okay, those are the resident updates. I mean, there are many more residents, that constant stuff happening, but those are the most notable moments from the week. Okay, let's do facilities update. Oh, there's Mama giving a facilities update. There's Mama. There's Mommy giving a facilities update. Oops. Let me see if we can do this together. Oops. Hey, can we do this facilities update together with Mama? And they're all here. You guys are all here. You don't have to get up. You can just stay right there. Oh, and look, there comes Ricky Pants. Ricky Pants is coming along. What are you up to, dude? He says, oh, I would like to be on Barnside Chat. Remember, friends, if you have a question that you would like answered, all you have to do is put it in the comment feed below, and we will do our absolute best to get it answered. If not in today's episode, in next week's. Oh, he's saying, get out of the way. Mommy says, get out of the way. She's coming to see us. Mommy, are you coming to see us? Oh, hi. Hi, baby. Hi, baby girl. Hi, girl. Hi. Very chatty. 3 chatty kids there in the back too. Everybody's very chatty. Everybody's got a lot to say. Is there anything in that treat ball, Sammy? He says, maybe. Maybe there might be a couple of kibbles. Okay, I told you I was going to do a facilities update, and I have done 0 facilities updates. Standing in the middle of the arena here. Okay, let's talk about this. We got a lot of machines to keep running, a lot of diesel engines, a lot of gas engines, and this is our off-road vehicle, our all-terrain vehicle that we have the plow on to keep the driveway clear. And it also has a dumper on it, a back dump truck, so that we're able to haul around stone or sand or poop. And while the poop is getting loaded in, sometimes it spills over and goes on the engine. And so frequently we have to open it up and blow off all of the poop and straw so that it doesn't catch fire. So that was done this week. This is a picture of those high waters around the north entrance of the barn that you've heard me yapping about. This is a problem that we inherited when we moved here. This just continues to happen with the melts and the rains. It accumulates right here at the north entrance, so we're making plans for how to deal with that. This was something funny that came in this week, and it was in relation to the auto captioning. And the auto captioning says, "I love the way your boobs look now, buddy. Feel so good." So we don't provide the auto captions. That's the way that the computers heard it. And I was talking about his hooves, not his boobs. So a funny moment nevertheless came up, and somebody pointed it out. And I had to have a big laugh at that. We're starting to set our scopes on needing a new piece of equipment, and it has us investigating what that piece of equipment is going to look like. We're looking for some sort of a dump trailer, and the dump trailer is something that will save us a lot of time on farm when we're doing big cleanups, big cleanouts, when we've got stones to move, when we've got a lot of compost to move. A dump trailer is something that we think would help out operations a lot. So anyways, we went and looked at a couple of these dump trailers, and they make ones that are meant to go on the road and be driven around by landscapers, and then they make these on-farm dump trucks only. So these ones here that you're looking at, the red and green one, they are for on-farm only. They're not meant to be towed around on the roads. So we would get that brought in on a trailer, and that would be used to move around big amounts of compost, which, let me tell you, we have a lot of compost to deal with, and it would be a useful tool, but it's nothing that we've pulled the trigger on at this point. We're just dreaming about it. Because look at these guys. So typically, like a bed this big that these guys are sleeping on right now, that's probably like a 50 garbage can bed. And then if we look over here on this side, Sammy's bed, that's like a 150 garbage can bed. And each of the ATV, the all-terrain vehicles, so the all-terrain vehicle can take about 8 or 10 bins if you dump them out. And it's a lot of trips back and forth, but with the dump trailer, it would hold roughly 80 to 100 bins, which would mean that you only have one trip to make. So it's a tool that would cut down on operations, and that just gives you it's nothing that we're running out and getting right this moment, but we're always thinking about ways to improve the flow in the operation so that we can help more, so that we'll have the ability to take on more residents and be able to see more animals in need, but scaling back on some of these operations and making smarter moves. Work smarter, not harder, I guess, is the brunt of that. Okay, I think that is all of the facilities updates. So let's do the sanctuary weather report. The sanctuary weather report. Look at this. Look at this crap sandwich. It's a crap sandwich of winter. Look at how much it's snowing. It was snowing like crazy. The flakes were just so huge. And the weather right now is like a yo-yo. This is what the weather looks like for this week. So today it's plus 14 out. Definitely no snow. All of that snow that I just showed you in that video has melted and is gone. But it's going down to minus 10 tonight. I can't believe it. Plus 14 to minus 10. That's a huge difference. And we'll be definitely making sure that that the residents' beds, that they've got lots of fluffy bedding tonight, and we'll be checking in to make sure that anybody that's sleeping alone is covered up. But minus 14. Oh, look at who showed up here. Look at who showed up here. It's a Sadie Bean. Hi, darling. She says, okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. See you later, Sadie. See you later. Okay. Oh, what's it time for now? It's time for... Oh, that can only mean one thing. It's time for the Magic Rainbow Bag section of the program. If you have a question that you'd like answered, all you have to do is put it in the comment below, or we'll take questions right now. This is from last week that we did not get to. So here is the first question. Oh, would the goats and sheep like a mirror, do you think? From Claire. Oh, I think that they would love a mirror. I think that that would be an awesome discovery. Some days we move some of the residents around, so there may be a chance that they'll see themselves in one of the pig areas in the mirrors, but right now we don't have any more of those big jumbo mirrors to put up. But I bet you that they would like that. We've got smaller mirrors around that are in the coops, and the birds absolutely love them, but none for the goats and sheep as of yet. Right now, for enrichment for the goats and sheep, we have brushes, we have hay toys, we have things that are hanging, and of course they have hay and straw, which can be enrichment, and also the ability to go create their own enrichment by going outside. So that's a great question. Let's see, next question. Oh, who's the biggest fan of the mirror? Claire. Well, so far, I think everybody's had different experiences of who they've seen sitting by the mirror the most, but I think Brindle is the one that's enjoying this self-discovery the most. I'm sure, like I said again, all of the caretakers probably have a different experience of what's going on. Okay, now I'm going to go to the comment feed live right now and go through... Scrolling. Okay, I know this might sound silly, but are pigs aware who's in their family? I was thinking of April and her kids. Thank you. Yes, Laura Jean, I do believe that they have the ability to track who's in their family, and I think that April's very aware that those are her children. I mean, her children still try to nurse on her. They come up underneath her and nose her. And they know too that is Mama. So not a silly question at all. Thank you. Scrolling up for some more questions, see if there are. If not, what we'll do is we'll take them. You can private message us, or we'll scrape the internet and the dark web for next week. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we did it. Oh, no, we didn't do it. There was one more. I was going to turn the tables on you. I have a question for you. You asked me questions. You've asked me questions for years. For the past 8 years that we've done this program, you have asked questions, and now I'm turning the tables on you. Here's the question. What is one thing that animals have taught you about kindness or patience? And I think it's important to stop and reflect and think about these things, especially something as important as kindness or patience. So the question this week is, what is one thing that animals have taught you about kindness or patience? I look forward to hearing your responses, and we'll go through some of those next week on Barnside Chat. Okay, we did it. We really did it now. And I think we are indeed, that's Barnside Chat for this week. Today we checked in on the health of the residents. We shared a few updates from around the farm. We talked a little bit about enrichment and the Enrichment Emporium. We heard from some of you in the Magic Rainbow Bag. Life on the sanctuary is never quiet for long, and we're grateful that you're here sharing this quiet moment with us. To our volunteers, our caretakers, and anybody supporting the residents from afar, thank you. Thank you for believing in the world Esther helped show us, one where kindness reaches farmed animals too. Thank you for spending a little bit of time here at the sanctuary with us today. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everyone. Oh. There we go. Goodbye, everyone.
Love lives here where the open skies sing. Every soul finds a place to cling. Join us today, feel the warmth inside in the Barnside Chat, where the love won't hide.